welcome back. Well, it's 6 o'clock and it's still Freedom Day. Oh my goodness, how much fun have we been having today? And I will explain Freedom Day to you in just a few moments. But of course, 6 o'clock every single day, we launch a brand new one-day special. This time it is the turn of Claina Palmer. Claina, hello, welcome, and thank you. What an amazing one-day special you brought us.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to be here with it.
Well, I love it. I love it already. And I know our viewers are going to love it because, of course, a huge following for Claina. Claina comes up with ideas and concepts, and it's one of those situations you think, like, why didn't I think of that? It's such an amazing idea. And that's what she's done with regards to these dies that you've got within your one-day special. Now, you've got loads of ideas of ways to work with these, as you will see as the hours progress. But, of course, with your one-day special, we've got a deal. Now, the deal is already up on your screen, and it's a brilliant deal because it means that you can take advantage and you can get that additional discount if you are a Freedom member. So straight away you can see that you are saving £32.49. What you are getting within here is a fabulous set of 4 dies. Now the 4 die sets, I should say, because it's not just 4 dies, you are getting a lot within here. You are getting your main concept die, which we'll get Claina to explain in just a few moments, but you're getting supportive elements, so the ability to add layers to these, the ability to add sentiments, embellishments, and you have got in total 32 dies. In addition to that, you have got 3,000, and I counted them personally, no I didn't, 3,000 gems in there approximately. Some pots will have slightly more than others, but they are an absolutely beautiful array of colour. You've got the things that we love for Christmas, your golds and your silvers, but your beautiful greens featuring in here, and they are all flat packed, and these work alongside the concept of the dies. Now, as I show you these finished samples, I'm going to get Claina to explain to you what the concept is behind these, and I think it's such a clever idea. Claina, straight away we can see where those little gems are sitting.
Yeah, so this is, well, actually, I'd like to think that they're very quick and easy makes, but they will actually produce elegant cards for you. So these are cards or projects that you could actually complete with your children, but you'll still have projects that you're really proud of, and they'll be nice and elegant for, you know, for your gift in this Christmas. But the shapes have been made, are made up of, for you to put your gems in.
So you've got this kind of base with a series of holes in there.
That's right, and they're perfectly sized for the gems that you'll receive in your one-day special. You can obviously mix in some from your own stash as well, but we've, got the right size to set you off. But what I suggest is you back, when you die cut your shape, you back it with double-sided sheets. Okay. And then that means when you pop your gems into place, there's no glue oozing anywhere, so it's nice and clean. And they're ever so easy to make. And like I say, I think they're really effective as well. Clever
idea. Now, the double-sided sheets that we've got at the bottom, well, it's not a sheet, it's actually a roll. I've just popped it down. It's quite a weighty roll. So this is something that you will see Claina working with. So with this, at the bottom of your screen, in fact, we're going to whiz the details around very, very quickly because we're busy for this already. Now, we wouldn't normally bring in another product so early on in the show, but just to let you know, when it's gone, this particular one. So £17.49 is the price. But of course, because of our fabulous event, our Freedom Day event, the price comes right the way down to £15.74. So get involved with this early, because when it's gone, it has gone. You will see Claina working with this with her demonstration, so this is the time to get hold of it. Details there on your screen at 364032. But I don't want to detract from the one-day special because it's a phenomenal deal. You can see how you've got your dies there. But I love this, Claina, because not only have you got that concept, you thought about what's going to go with these. We've got little kind of edge dies in these, embellishment dies with them as well, different mats and layers to work with them.
Yeah, that's right. So, for instance, with the one that's, supposed to represent a wreath, you've got the bow to complete your wreath.
Yes.
And as there was some extra room, I popped a little sentiment in there that works quite well in the middle. With your tree, you've got the little pot that the tree sits in, then you've got your star to go on the top.
Beautiful.
So wherever you kind of needed those little finishing touches, like on the bauble, you need your little hanger, which you can actually use. You put your thread through that to complete the look.
We've got one here, haven't we, that's been created as well, because there you go, you can see it's a usable bauble. Love this, because it's actually cutting it twice and then creating a tag almost with that. Really clever idea. Now, with regards to this, obviously you're going to get your gems, but of course that is something that you could exhaust quite easily as time goes on. But you've got within here enough to make, did you say around 40 cards with those?
That's right. Each pot will do a minimum of 10 cards.
Okay. brilliant. And if you need any more of those, then guess what? We can help you with those as well. So do consider going for extra gems to work alongside these, because once you get into this, you really will be creating beautiful projects over and over again. And again, because it's Freedom Day, today is the day to get hold of those additional things. Don't forget, tomorrow, lots of those Freedom members' discounted prices will go up in price. So again, at the bottom of your screen, if you want more of those gems in the same colourways, you can see they're £23.99. Now, when you look at these gems, the quality and the quantity that you're getting for that price is absolutely phenomenal. They're absolutely crammed full of gems with these. And of course, they're kind of significant with regard to the dies, but they're not the only way that you can utilise the dies. Think about those dies perhaps with a glitter layer behind them, because the glitter aspect of your glitter cardstock would come through those little holes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you put behind, if it's mirror or holographic, you know,
Yes.
make it really blingy and, you know.
And also, if
because
you've
you can go crazy at Christmas, can't you, with all your glitters
definitely.
and mirror cards.
It's the best time to go crazy.
Yeah.
And also, if you've got things like your three-dimensional drops, you know, when you can pop in there your pearl PVAs and things like that, they would be able to go into that little hole there, neatly sat, and then of course they're self-leveling. They'll crop round and make your own little gems. So these are incredibly useful. And can I draw your attention to the Christmas wreath? I say wreath in inverted commas because it's a circle. That is one that you will use every single, well, for all sorts of occasions, not just for Christmas. I mean, there's absolutely loads with regards to these as well. So there's all sorts with regards to these. Now, of course, when you're working with these, you've got obviously things like your snowflakes, you've got things like your wreaths with these. And I love this because you can see there. And I love this. You've almost got like a little glitter aspect with this one because, of course, you've got the glitter cardstock behind or the metallic cardstock behind that could come through. But like you say, if you're actually putting a layer behind of double-sided tape, you could sprinkle your glitters on these, sprinkle your embossing powders on them, do all sorts.
Yeah, your flakes, your gilding flakes.
Yes, your gilding flakes as well.
Yeah, anything that you've got really. And you can, you know, kind of mask areas off.
Things like micro beads as well, I bet they'd go into there as well.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I wish I'd thought to bring some.
Glitters,
Yeah,
all sorts.
good idea.
Absolutely loads. So there you go. We're busy for these. Details are on your screen if you want to get involved. 228497. Do make sure you're taking advantage of those. 2 flexi buys with regards to that, £33.73. And do treat yourself to an additional set of those gems at the bottom of your screen. Now, something else you do need to treat yourself to, if you're wanting this, you need to be quick. It is literally flying out and already approaching 20% of the stock has gone. Now, don't forget, when I mentioned at the top of the hour, we can't get any more of this. So if you're wanting this, you've got 25 metres, it's 12 centimetres across and it's double-sided. So perfect to sit behind those layers, giving you the perfect positioning opportunity without any mess, without any wet glue. But for £15.74, that price there is one of our Freedom Day prices. So the price will go up. I've got a feeling it'll sell out before we get to midnight anyway, so that price will go up when we next see it again. But if you're wanting to get hold of yours, 20% of the stock has gone. If you want multiples, by all means, fill your boots, fill your baskets, take advantage of that fabulous deal while you have the opportunity. But I don't know about you, but I'd love to see the concept of these, the idea of how these work. So before we head over to see our lovely Claina, have a look on the website, because you have got them available individually if you're wanting to. So I know some of you may shop that way. That's okay. That's not a problem. We've thought about that. We've got the individuals there should you want them. But of course, the biggest saving is with your one-day special. And of course, it gives you the ability to take advantage of those 3,000 gems that you are going to get in there. We've got some favourites as well coming up on the hour. You've got the Blooming Anthem range, as you can see there, those linkable elements that will come together perfectly. And then, of course, you've got Claina's fabulous nesting circle dies there. 5-star reviews with regards to those. And if you're wanting those mix-em dies, where you've got your stamps and your sentiments there all coming together, again, they are available on the show. Now, everything that we are bringing to you is being brought to you because of, well, not just because, but as well as we've got savings because of Freedom Day. Now, Freedom Day means that Freedom members, you are getting an additional 10% saving on those prices, but only up until midnight. So you've not got long to take advantage of them. And that is on anything. So you've only got about 6 hours, well, it's just shy of 6 hours actually to take advantage of it. So fill your baskets. If there's anything on your wish list, this is the time for you to take advantage, because it's not just the products on the show, but it's the products on the whole of the website as well. But what it also means is if you've got savings that are already on products, then you're going to get an even bigger saving. So it's worth having a little look at that. So, Claina, we're going to come across to you because, of course, new dies, new concept. We need to know about these.
That's right. Okay. So what I've done is I've actually die cut a lot of the pieces for the shows, because I like to fit in as many demos as I can.
Okay.
So you'll see on your dies, you get your outer die, which is your largest piece. So that is the one that you want to be cutting your mirror, like here I've got some holographic, your glitter card, whatever you want to be showing through the holes or any holes that you don't cover.
Okay.
So with the other 3 dies, so that's the outside cutting edge, then the holes, the outer holes here. Now you can leave that in or not. But I've sized these, so not only your inner dies will work with 4, 5 and 6 mil.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Gems.
Yeah.
But the outer ones here, I've sized them, they'll work with your 2 mil. So if you do want to, like some of the my inspiration team have actually filled them in, like on that Christmas tree card there. And it looks fantastic. So you can go ahead and do that. Now, if you do want to put your outer 2 mil ones on, when you get your self-adhesive tape, whether it comes in a roll like this or a sheet, the idea is still the same. So you would get your whole piece and pop it on.
Okay.
And then you would trim around it.
Right.
Now, because I'm not doing the outside pieces, I'll just take a section and I'll trim it to fit.
So you don't have to have it to the whole size of the die. It can just be the kind of aperture part. So just the tree part if you want to.
That's right. You would cover the whole area if you want to put those little 2 mil ones in. Or if you wanted to, you know, push glitter or gilding flecks or whatever through those holes. But for this one, I don't. So I'm just going to cut it roughly. Now this is a little bit fiddly, just because this tape is such good quality. It's really, really sticky.
It's got a good adhesive to it, hasn't it? The details of that tape at the bottom of the screen if you're wanting it.
It's really, really good. And if I cut it too small, don't worry, because another thing with this is you can cover these holes with just strips of sellotape if you want.
Okay.
It just needs to be something that's going to be sticky to go through, you know, through the holes. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to trim it a little bit, just away from those outer holes.
Okay.
And that's all I need to...
And you don't have to be kind of precise with that, because, of course, you're not going to see this.
That's right. Okay, so that's all you need to do. See, it's not neat or tidy or anything to worry about. Just make sure you've got that area covered.
Okay.
And don't go thinking it'll stick to your surface or anything, because you've obviously got the cardstock in between. I found that doesn't happen. Right, so now I'm going to take that off. But before I stick it down, I'm just going to run some adhesive around the outside edge, just to make sure it sticks down okay. It doesn't lift or anything.
My mind's gone into overdrive now about using them as like stencils and pushing the mediums.
I've actually got a demo like that, using them as stencils.
Fabulous. Look forward to it. And of course, with the One Day Special, we've got those 5 live shows.
Yeah.
So of course, everybody tuning in. Next show will be 8 o'clock, but we're very busy during this one, being the launch hour of this fabulous deal. Okay,
so that's all I've done. I've covered the middle area with some double-sided tape, and I've just put some wet glue around the outside of the rest. What I will say is, if your top layer is mirror card, sometimes it doesn't like wet glue behind it.
Okay.
But that's usual. Okay, so now, because I've got that bit of wet glue as well on the outside, which is a bit raised.
Yeah, a bit of a
because that middle, when it grabs, it grabs.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So you can see now that my middle area here is looking a little bit milky because I've got my because I've got the tape behind it, but the rest
talking
is
of the tape, incidentally, if you're wanting that tape that we showed you earlier on with regards to that one, 30% of the stock has gone. So yes, don't miss out on that one. If you're wanting it, please be quick. I think there's going to be some people that could potentially miss out on it, because once it's gone, it has gone. So £17.49 would be your usual price for your 25 metres by 12 centimetres, and that's across on obviously the length. But then £15.74 is your price because of Freedom Day. So the price, if there's any stock of this left by midnight, then the price will go up tomorrow. But as I say, with so much of it going, I think it potentially will sell out before then anyway, so grab it while you can. How are you getting on over there, Claina?
I'm just making myself busy.
Okay.
While you were talking. So I'm just popping my sentiment onto the Actually comes in with the Wreath set.
Oh, okay, but you can interchange.
A little Merry Christmas sentiment. It's really dinky, and I didn't think I'd use it a lot, but actually I'm loving it, because very often on cards you don't have a massive area.
That's true.
Sometimes, so it can be really handy. There, so I'll set that aside to dry. Okay, now we need to pop our gems on. Now my pots, I'm loving the fact that they've got a really big mouth, so they're easy to get in and out, but you just pop a few in the lid and shake them around, and then I'm taking them straight from the lid.
Oh, okay.
So I don't need to decant them into anything else. Now, like I say, there's 4, 5 and 6 mil holes, I suppose. So you just want to pick up.
And I love that that made the holes to a standard size. So if anybody's got gems already in their stash, they may well be able to use some of those up.
Yeah, and you can mix them in with them as well. There's a tree one there that one of my inspiration team made, where she added some pink ones in, and it looks really cool. So you'll see that it's really quite easy to work out what size goes where, and you just pop them in. And I think this would be the ones that I can kind of see children really enjoying doing.
I think you're so right, because it's something, it's like clean crafting, isn't it? And we found the card that you were referring to with the little pink baubles on there as well. That's a really clever idea. I love it.
And I think as well, knowing my kind of nephews and nieces, sometimes they don't want a project that's too big. Mm-hmm. You know, just something like this, I think would hold their attention.
Yes, yeah. And it's so easy when you've got one of those little kind of sticky pickup tools that you can pop.
Do you know, I had some really cool fancy ones coming, and they didn't come in time, and I'm a bit gutted.
Aww.
But they're coming. Okay, so I think I just need some small ones now.
And I suppose you can do like your friend did there, where you use the green and then add different ones in there to create your baubles of your different colours, or you could just do a whole pink tree, I suppose, if you wanted to. Yeah,
you can do them any colour you like. I mean, obviously the gems that I've given you are kind of a suggestion. They're a starting off point, really.
Yeah.
You can, for instance, you can add a few, well, mix and match with the ones you've got even. You could pop a few gold ones in to maybe make it look like they're tree lights or something.
That's true. And sometimes you might have like little faceted gems and things like that you could use as well. Could add a bit of sparkle.
Okay, so what I'll do for the shows later on is I might actually have to a couple of these. So
not a problem, but you see how quickly they're coming together. I mean, in no time at all, you've pretty much covered half of that tree there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take that long, really. And it's quite enjoyable.
Yeah. It's almost like matching them up as well. So I'm thinking of anybody that does crafting with groups, adults crafting groups and things like that, then yeah, craft clubs, after school clubs. There's loads of people will take these and find an advantage to using them. Love it. It's so therapeutic as well, isn't it? Mindful.
Yeah. And they pop back in the pot fine as well. So I've.
So with each of these pots, you're saying that you're going to make probably on average about 10 cards?
A minimum of 10.
Okay.
So 3 of the pots have got, because you get 4 pots, so you've got over 3,000 gems. Mm-hmm. And yeah, 3 of them have got over 750 in. Okay. And one of them has got over 800 in.
Wonderful. Okay.
So I hope when you get them home that you'll be happy with the size. I think you'll find they're...
I'm sure they are. Got lots of people adding in additional gems as well. I think you're realising the advantage of getting more of them, because as time goes on, obviously that's the thing that you're going to need more of. So we have got those sets. Again, they're exactly the same as you're going to get included within your one-day special, which kind of reiterates what a fabulous deal you're getting with a one-day special, but it also means that you can get hold of more of them. So Freedom members, £21.59. If you want an additional gems, then you can get hold of them. Again, in your greens, also you've got them in the gold, and you've got your silver as well. It's almost like a chrome silver, really bright silver that you've got with those. Very, very shiny. And of course, you can add these in alongside your one-day special, which means if you're wanting to spread the cotton, you can do that with those as well. And it also means if you want to add anything else in, then of course you have got further discounts. Don't forget the adhesive tape, things like that. Get them all into your basket. Take advantage of additional things that we're going to be sharing with you on the show, which you'll find on the website. Take advantage of anything that's on your wish list. So if you are looking at these, you think, I love this idea, what a fabulous concept, but I haven't got a die cutting machine. Today is the day you can get an additional 10% saving off those die cutting machines. So it will give you the perfect opportunity for you to get a discount on that as well. And of course, that means you can spread the cost of everything over a couple of payments. Sometimes with the die cutting machines, you'll find them on the website. They may even have 3 flexi buys. But of course, with that additional discount, those flexi buys will come down. But assuming you already have a die cutting machine, then I'm sure you'll agree that the one-day special is a wise investment of anybody's crafty pennies to give you a fabulous result with regards to those. Now we're going to go back over and see Claina in a few moments, and we're only 20 minutes into the hour, but already was that 20% of the stock? My goodness, very, very busy. Lots of you taking advantage of these. Details on your screen there, 228497. But of course, Claina is busy crafting away. She's got all of her little baubles in place there. Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, Claina, I do like that. That looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it? I think they're really cool. And then once you're finished, they go back in the pot really easily.
Oh, as easy as that.
Isn't that great? Because I thought I was going to have to decount them, so I'm really pleased about that. Right, okay, so in your set, you get a little pot. It comes in 2 pieces, but I've just popped the rim of your pot
tree to sit in, lovely.
Into place. I'll just pop a little bit of glue on the back of there and work out whereabouts I want my pot to be. And then you also get the star. So I've done a little star here.
Oh, that's cute.
There, so that is what your dies actually make in your tree set. That is, sorry, I just keep taking it off camera. That is what your die set will actually create for you. So then let's turn that into a card. So I've just got a DL card, and I've used one of my nested DLs here to create a layer. And then what I've done, because I wanted to kind of go with this oval shape, I've taken some of the corners off the nested circle set.
Okay.
And I'm just going to pop those into the corners. I think that'll work well with my...
Nice little finishing touch that. Now we've had an email come through, Janie, asking about the size of the cards. So what size cards are best to work with the die? So I'm guessing a base card, is that what you're meaning with regards to this, Janie? But you're working on a DL at the moment, but I suppose that they could be working on square cards.
I did find, yeah, I wanted to show how it could work on a DL one here, but I did find that they work incredibly well with a 6x6 card.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean, depending on how much embellishment you want to put on there,
Yes.
but yeah, I would say around 7x5 or 6x6, I would say.
There you go, Janie. Hopefully that will help. But if it doesn't, do get back in touch. I think we've probably answered it, but just in case we haven't, you know how to get in touch. And incidentally, anybody else, if you've got any questions, then do get in touch. studio@thecraftstore.com. That's the way that you can get your emails through to us. So if there's anything that I don't think of to ask for you, then do give me a bit of a prompt. I can ask Claina on your behalf.
Right, I'm just going to nest that Merry Christmas in between. That's from the Wreath set. In between those two there.
So again, that's within the one-day special then.
Yep. And then we'll just pop our tree on. Maybe I'm going to slide that down a little bit. That's the good thing about wet glue, isn't it? bit of wiggle
to get it
wiggle
in place.
Space. And then I'm going to use some of the Blooming Anthems.
I'll be telling everyone about those in a few moments.
What I've done, and I will show you in another demo, I will show you how to put the little bow together. Now, this is from the Wreath set as well.
Okay.
But I want that to be my centre point for my Blooming Anthems rather than a flower like I would normally do. So I've cut out some of the pine cones in vellum, and some of the mistletoe in just some white cardstock. Now,
Okay.
normally I connect these with brads, but on this occasion, I just want to make a small little display. So I'm just going to snip them.
Now, we've got these available for you, and yet again, we've got a Freedom members discounted price, saving £15 on these if you're a Freedom member. You're going to get 41 dies. Gosh, that's a lot of dies, isn't it, for that? £44.97, and here you can see you've got that fabulous element where you've got the little linking elements with it, but you don't have to use them in that way. Claina's snipping those away to use them as little embellishments, which I think is a fabulous idea. 487331. Now, of course, if you want to take advantage of these with that Freedom members discounted price, it's Freedom Day. So, of course, those discounts are all around the place. So take advantage of them while you can. And it also means that the price of your flexi buys will come down on those dies as well to just £22.49. And there you go. Getting a lot within your bundle there. 41 in total. You've got all sorts. You've got pine cones. You can see you've got your little kind of holly berries there. You've got your poinsettias in there as well. And, of course, you've got all your linking points as well, which means that you can do all sorts of fabulous things with those. I'm sure we'll see more from these during the next 24 hours. How are you getting on over there, Claina?
Great, I just pop these on.
They make a nice little embellishment, those, don't they? Well, I say little, it's considerable size, really, when you look at the card coming together.
Yeah, and it helps to kind of fill in, because you don't have to use long and thin embellishments on your DL cards. You know, it doesn't have to be really long, thin focal point. You can split it up a little bit.
It's a lovely card there. Coming together beautifully.
And then we'll pop that on top. Now, vellum does take a little minute to dry sometimes because it's non-porous. Oh, that's okay. The camera can see. And then that's, I don't know if that's all in camera. Or is it better if I stand it up?
Yeah, if you want to hold it up, we can see it, because you can see the decoration that you popped on is beautiful. It's quite dimensional, isn't it? So very effective. That is beautiful, Claina. Thank you. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And it showed off that concept to perfection as well. So I'm going to let you get ready for your next demo, if that's okay. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a recap using some of the things that Claina's worked with. But of course, she kicked things off with the one-day special. And you've got 4 beautiful dies that have got all of that concept in there that Claina has been working with. But so much more with these as well. Now, over 20% of the stock has gone. Your dies, you're looking at 41 dies. So you've got your main concept die being the inner part of your die, as you can see with regards to those. Then you've also got your additional elements around there where you've kind of got your little holes if you're wanting those. You don't have to use those if you don't want to. You've got obviously your base layer with those. You've got things like your little crown there when you're working with your bauble. And I love that with the snowflake there. You've kind of got the little elements around the edge as well, so you can frame these as well. So you're going to get your 32 dies. You're going to get your 3,000 gems within these, and you're also going to get so much inspiration and ideas and creativity with these, not just for Christmas but for all year round. Things like the little bow that we just saw Claina working with, you'll use that on so many things all year round. Now, of course, Claina worked with the Christmas tree, but on hers she was working with an oval. Well, you can see on this occasion this particular one has been created just using the Christmas tree shape. So it is a really clever little way of working with it if you're wanting to. Then you've also got your wreath. Now the wreath, this is the wreath here. Obviously you've got your different elements with this one as well, but it's also, when you look at the centre part of that, you have got, oh, they've got a little sentiment just coming away. Let me pop that back in place. You've got your sentiment, but you've also got your circle. So the circle you use all year round. And also that die that you've got there, I think that's a really useful one to create a really pretty frame, as you can see. The snowflake, another lovely one, as you can see here, with all that detail in there. And again, on this occasion, the outside edge has been used to add those little tiny details, as you can see. You've got that gorgeous kind of fluted edge around it, following the shape of the snowflake there as well. And then of course the Christmas tree, this is a kind of similar version to the one that Claina did, but using a different size sentiment and obviously taking away the elements that she's added to embellish that, but a lovely effect. And I love the way that that gorgeous glitter card is coming through there and giving it a real good sparkle. Now the other ones that we've got, the fabulous baubles, I think it's a lovely shape, makes a fabulous tag, creates the hole as you can see there, and it also puts that little bauble crown in place to work with the concept die that you've got. And you've also got the fabulous bow. It's a really good dimensional bow there that you'll use time and time again. And of course, if you cut 2 of them, you could be making your fabulous little tag with that one as well. Now this one, Claire has been busy with this one. I love this one where she's created that kind of recess. But I have to say, am I the only one that's seen a handcuff with that one? If you look at that to the side, they just look a bit like a handcuff, I think, that outer frame there as well. So yeah. Well, you've got an aperture there as well. Maybe you can do a little shaker card with that one. But of course, you've got the holes there featuring the fabulous backdrop for you to put your gems in place. And that's the concept. But you'll need your gems, and you're going to get your gems within your one-day special. 4 pots are totaling over 3,000 flat back gems. These are pearls, so they've got a beautiful pearlized finish to them. You've got your chrome effect, you've got your gold effect with those as well. And of course, you've got your greens there in 2 different shades. I think it's 2 shades of green, I'm not too sure, because they're separated up. They look like the 2 different shades, but I'm not entirely sure. 2 flexi buys on those mean that you're paying just £33.73 to get these delivered to your door if you're ordering today and you're a Freedom member. Second payment will go out in a month's time, but of course everybody can take advantage and everybody can take a saving even if you're not a Freedom member. But please be aware that 1/4 of the stock has gone. This is a launch hour and we know how popular Claina's products are, so we've got a huge stock of these. So for that quantity to have gone so early on in that launch hour, it's a little bit scary to say the least. So 228497 if you are wanting those. Now of course I'm mentioning about getting some additional gems. The details are at the bottom of your screen, but also mention about your adhesive tape as well. This has been a popular one. Claina just showed how useful it is to have your adhesive tape, and I think this is brilliant. Being 12 centimetres across rather than chopping into your A4 sheets, then I think this is a really clever idea. Got 25 metres on there, and because we've got Freedom Day going on, it means you only pay £15.74 for your 25 metre roll if you're a Freedom member, and you can become a Freedom member today. Take advantage of those discounts if you're wanting to. So if you want this one to go in your basket, you'll need that number 364032, but please be aware that 40% of the stock has gone and we can't get any more of these. So once it's gone, it's gone. So get in nice and early while you have the opportunity. Perfect opportunity to pop it in alongside your one-day special. So do take advantage of that while you can. Now, something else you might like to take advantage of is one of our 7-day savers, because one of the finished samples we've got on the front, and I can't see it from the back here, but it features acetate. So acetate as a 7-day saver, I think, is a brilliant idea, and it's especially when you're creating things like shaker cards, and this is such a clever idea. Look at that. Doesn't that look effective? Beautiful. Now, that's using your acetate again with your gems, putting them in place, maybe adding a bit of a shaker element to your project. So having your acetate, and here you've got A5 panels here, 40 pieces, and you're looking at £9.99. Well, you are if you're not a Freedom member, but even our 7-day savers, you're getting discounts on these as well. So all of our 7-day savers through until midnight tonight, you are paying just £8.99 on this one. All of the 7-day savers will have that additional 10% saving on there. Works out at 23p per sheet with regards to your acetate if you're wanting this one. So you're saving a whopping great £11. You're saving more than you're spending on this particular one. So 931117. If you're wanting to get more than one bundle of that, then you can do. 7-day savers and all of our products, not limited to one per customer. So that's a good opportunity for you to stock up on those, should I say. But check on the website for the other 7-day savers. That's a similar situation. You will get those additional savings with those as well. But of course, Claina worked with some of those blooming Anson pieces, and this is brilliant, a lovely, clever concept. So with these, we've got a bundle of 3, but we've also got them available individually as well. So let me take you through the different elements within the bundle. So with this particular one, you're going to get this lovely one, which is your holly, your poinsettia, and your Christmas rose. And you have got such a brilliant way of these working together. Now you can see this gorgeous wreath absolutely beautiful, all made from paper and card. This is the beauty of this. Such a clever idea. And basically what you've got is you've got your different elements that will link together. And when you link them, they come together with a really, really clever concept. So the die itself, so I was just looking, and on the back of the packaging, it doesn't actually show you, but you've got your concept where you've got your linked elements. So you've got things like your holly leaves, you've got things like your flowers, and they connect together either directly with the little holes, as you can see there, which you can put something like a little brad in there, or you can use kind of your little connecting bars, which means when you put them together and make your little kind of little bundles, you can see here, this one's been made up of some of the Christmas rose, some of the poinsettia, some of the holly, and then you would connect that to more of those. So you might make repeats of those, connect them together until you create a fabulous wreath. Obviously, full support is there with Claina's YouTube channel and everything, but we will see her demonstrating these as time goes on. Always a popular one, but of course, we haven't always got the kind of discount you're seeing on your screen, so maybe they've been on your wish list, maybe there's been something that you've been thinking of getting, and you've been just looking for the right opportunity. Well, today is that day. 487331 will get that particular one to you. Absolutely beautiful. But you're going to get another one alongside it. So the other one that you're going to get is your mistletoe and your amaryllis. Of course, amaryllis, you regularly see those around Christmas time. They come as a bulb, don't they? And then, of course, they grow and make those beautiful flowers. So here, again, you've got the elements with this. So this is the second die in the trio that you're going to get for £44.97. Again, things that are synonymous with Christmas. You've got your mistletoe in this one. Of course, Claina worked with that one in her demonstration just a few moments ago. And, of course, you've got your little slices of your little orange feature in there. You've got your pine cones as well, and your beautiful florals. Again, absolutely lovely, that particular one. So again, all the little elements will work alongside the previous set because of the connectors, because of the way that the system works. Everything works together, which is why having the third set within this trio makes so much sense. So within this one, you're going to get little things like your fur element. So your fur bow with this one, you've got your bow, you've got your orange and your berries with these. So again, they all come together absolutely perfectly to connect. Absolutely amazing. Now, you're loving these as the three together with the discount. I mean, what's not to love about that discount? So if you're wanting to get hold of all three of these, the details are on your screen at 487331. But with regards to this one, sorry, Katie, what's the update there? A quarter of the stock, my goodness, wow. 2 flexi buys on this one, so just £22.49 will get you all 3 of those dies on their way to you, delivered to your door if you're a Freedom member with a second payment in a month's time. But so much creativity, not just for Christmas, but beyond there as well. And you can see how amazing these look. I mean, you can make and sell these up and you will love them. Absolutely beautiful as well, as will your customers. Now, something else you might want to add in, and it's something that's quite a significant part when you are creating your wreath. And this is something to create the base that your wreath is going to sit on. So, of course, you're going to use them in loads of different ways on your cards, but this is a lovely set of layering circles. So, what you've got here is all nested circles, should I say. Very clever concept. So, you've got all your different sets, as you can see, with regards to these. So, if you were going for your Blooming Anthem set and you want to add this in, it actually comes as a complete bundle. So, you would get all 4 of those sets, everything together. And this is why I'm going to turn the wreath around so as you can see the back of that, because when you put it together you need that base to create it. So here you go, you've got the opportunity with those circles to create that base for your content to go on there, and then you're going to be obviously creating an absolutely incredible wreath in the process. I mean, that looks so pretty. But I'm going to turn the die around because you've got additional elements within the corners of those dies which you might not straight away think, what is the point of those? Well, let me turn it around and it shows you how this comes together. Now, if you're wanting this die alongside the Blooming Anthem ones that we just looked at a few moments ago, you've got your bundle, but you have got this die available by itself as well. So within this one, you've got your circles going in all your different sizes, as you can see, from the little tiny almost eyelets that you've got right the way through to those larger circles, which could even be making your aperture, as you can see on that folded card, or could potentially be making your wreath base. All included, you've got 28 dies in there in total. There's a lot of dies there. giving you loads and loads of different elements, as you can see, and neatly fitting on an 8x8 card as well. So very cleverly thought of. Die by itself at the bottom of your screen there, 704489. But if you want them alongside those others that I just tempted you with, then you can see that £67.46. Now the savings that we kind of collected as we've been working along have been brought forward to this bundle. So you are actually getting a bigger discount. So rather than it being £17.50 as it's shown on your screen, you're actually getting a saving overall with that one of 20, was it 20? We think it's just shy of £30. There's a lot of maths and a lot of calculating going on at the moment, and I'm not going to lie, it's a brilliant deal for everybody, but it's a little bit of a nightmare when you're trying to figure out the exact saving that you're getting. But you're getting a big saving with this one, more than you would usually get, and that is the key thing. That's the thing to remember. 454397 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, we've got a couple of other dies that I'm going to share with you before we head back over and see what Claina's up to, and these are brilliant. These are the Mixums. Now, the Mixums dies, such a clever idea. Again, it really is a brilliant idea because you've got your different elements. Now I'm going to turn these around because obviously you've got your mirror kind of look with regards to those. So if I turn them around, you'll see the exact sentiments that you're going to get with these. So you've got different dies coming together. So you've got your outer die and your inner die, and that means that you can create your sentiment, as you can see there, with a backdrop, with almost like an offset layer, as it's sometimes called. So you can see there you've got seasons, you've got greetings, you've got winter, Ho, Merry, Christmas, Santa, Snow. So all of these you can put together if you wanted to. So if you want to say ho, 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 then you can do. All there within there. Beautiful sizes as well, really good sizes for your cards and projects. But the idea is that you can put them together alongside the stamps. So with the stamps, you've got 27 little phrases within here and some really nice phrases. Again, I love that kind of ticker tape font that you've got with this one. Incredibly versatile font, this one. It's perfect for any style of card that you're creating. But again, I will turn these around because some of those you might look at them and you might think, well, that's a little bit odd. We wish you a, or all I want for. They don't kind of complete the sentence, do they? And that's where the dies come into play, because as I turn that round, you'll see that the stamps and dies come together beautifully at the top of the packaging there, showing you that you can take the lead from the dies that we just looked at and then add those phrases, as you can see, with regards to those. So up at the top there, if you're using the die, you can see there, walking in a winter wonderland, taking winter from the dies we just looked at. Makes sense. You're mixing and matching them up. Brilliant idea. Now, £22.48 if you're wanting to take advantage of those Freedom members. That's all that you're going to be paying with those. So again, 765 if you're wanting those. £12.50 saving, 16 dies and 27 stamps. But I'm sure you'll be able to find them as individual stamps when you shop online, should you want to. But the last one that I'm going to share with you is this one, and this is such a clever idea. Again, when you're creating your projects that don't necessarily fold like a traditional card, then it's nice to have a stand that can sit behind it. And here you've got 5 dies that can be used in a variety of different ways, 3 of which can be used for displaying your projects, and then the 2 wonderful sentiments could go on the back of your card if you wanted to as well. Just £17.99. Again, Freedom members discounted price on this one because of it being Freedom Day. So if this is on your wish list, then you'll need to tick that off with the item number 168851. So there you go, pretty much completed everything that we've got from Claina that we're sharing with you during the one-day special shows. So I think it's time that we headed back over to see what she's up to. So Claina, coming back over to you, what are you up to over there?
I'm adding some gems so we can get a little bit further on with the demonstration. So this time we've got a snowflake design. I've gone ahead and I've added my double-sided tape behind my snowflake area, and then I put some glue around the perimeter because I want my my holographic card to show through the exterior dots here. Okay. So I'm just adding my gems into place, and I've done most of it, so it'll be nice and quick. Okay. Now, of course, with all of the dies in this collection, you can use these. This one might, well, it's just a hexagon really if you take the snowflake out. That's but all of these can be used as toppers all year round. So if you just use the outside edge to make the little dots with, or not, just do them plain. They can be toppers for your sentiments or any other focal image. And I'll be showing, I've got a couple of demos over the next 5 hours showing how they can be used without the gem detail.
Oh, okay.
And they can still be used for your Christmas crafting.
Yeah.
Just, you know, but you can just pop a nice big sentiment or a stamped image, you know.
And even if you're just changing like 2 different styles of cardstock with these, I mean, if you go monochromatic with your white card and your black card, I think you're going to get a lovely result with these as well, because creating those little holes, of course, the underlayer will come through. Beautiful.
I've just given the little lid a shake every time, like I need a few more to turn over, and they just seem to do the trick. I know you can get special trays that are supposed to do that, but I found this works for me.
I love it. And of course, the fact that you've got the silver in there, if you've got things like your alcohol markers, you can change the colour tone of those as well, can't you? I mean, you can with the gold as well if you wanted to, yeah.
You can actually pop them in a bag and put a couple of drops of alcohol ink and just shake them, and apparently they get covered like that.
Okay, good tip.
Okay, so that's the topper done. And I know we cover over a lot of the holes, obviously, with the gems, but you can still see whatever the paper or effect that you put in the background. It shows through all those little holes, so it's really cool.
And for anybody that's just joined us, the holes around the edge are 2mm.
Yep.
And then you're using 3mm, 4mm and 5mm holes within the actual design.
4, 5 and 6 in the actual design. Right. And then around the outside, I made sure that they were a specific size if you want to fill those in. So they're 2mm. And there are some completed samples that have shown those filled in. Okay, so I thought we could turn this into an easel card this time. So I've got my top here, and I've got some pattern paper that had some little glittery snowflakes on. I thought matched lovely. And these are from my nested octagons.
Fabulous. Oh, I think we've got those on the website somewhere if anybody's after those.
Yeah, I think they're on the website. Okay, then I was, that does actually work if you pop that into place. But when I was, you know, doing some mixing and matching, I looked at the shape of the backing layer on the Wreath set, and I found that it actually worked really well.
Oh, okay.
In between each of those 2 kind of prongs, you get one of the ones from the Wreath. I just thought that was really cool. So I'll just cut them in for some vellum, just to give that kind of snowy look. I find it's easier to look at it from the front. Oh, I've knocked one of my gems off. That glue was too fast drying.
Too good.
Yeah. Right.
There you go. It's easy to put back, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just push them into place. I just love the fact that there's no glue involved for putting these gems on.
It's no
It's nice and clean, so you can push down on them. There's no glue oozing out. So I'm just adding a couple of layers of this, just to add to that frosty, snowy look. Then I'm going to pop it on.
All coming together a treat.
I've
just found a fabulous card that's been made with the snowflake. There's like acetate. I think it's Claire's created this one. Very effective.
I've got the samples today have been made by Claire, Ali and Hannah.
They've done a cracking job.
And I am so lucky to have them. They are so creative. They come up with the best ideas.
You can see the acetate. I mean, that one with the acetate, such a clever effect. You can see there, like floating.
Okay.
There we go. Second part from the octagons.
I'm just making sure I put it around the right way, because if I put it that way, it won't quite be.
Oh yes, that's a good point.
because it's not actually going on a hexagon. Right, so that just needs a minute. And that'll be fine. Oh, I've lost another gem. Okay, so I need a stopper. I've kind of cut out two different sentiments here. I've got the Merry Christmas one, and from the Mixums, I've got Let It Snow. So I'm a little bit unsure. Maybe I'll use one as the stopper and then put the other one on top in a minute.
Wonderful. Now, if you're wanting those Mixums, of course, that's where you've got the combination of the stamp working with the die, which you saw there works so well. So if you're wanting those, we have got those available for you. Details are at the bottom of the screen if you're wanting to get hold of them. I'll show you them again in a few moments, so don't worry. But of course, the die that Claina's working with to create that fabulous snowflake, that is one of the dies that you've got within your one-day special, alongside 3 others as well. So yeah, brilliant idea, brilliant concept, all coming together. A couple of other little finished samples that I've got. We will head back over to Claina in a wee while, but I just wanted to quickly show you these because it shows you the exact same die that she's been working with, but very much a different look. And this is clever because it's using some of those additional pieces that you've got within there, those little kind of corner pieces, filling in the area around. I mean, you've got lovely layer, as you can see there. Earlier on I showed you this one, which I think is lovely because it's using some of those fabulous little linked elements around the edges there in the corners, and of course the stamps that we were looking at earlier as well. Just a really clever concept. And if you are wanting the Mixums, just very quickly, let me just show you these. Since Claina's been working with them, I'll very quickly show you. You've got your set of your stamps, so that's kind of part of your sentiment. So you can see there, no peaking until December the 25th, or from our home to yours. But then you've got certain elements there that look as if they're kind of missing something, need something to add to them to turn them into a complete phrase. And that's where the dies come in, because the dies, you have got your multiple layers with regards to those that will work alongside them. So it might be that you're saying winter wishes or something like that. So it might be that you're taking the lead from the stamp and then adding in the die alongside them, or vice versa. It's entirely up to you. But you are getting both of those within your set there for just £22.48 if you're a Freedom member, but only up until midnight, because that is your Freedom Day price. So of course all those discounts will disappear come midnight. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of them while you can. How are you getting on over there, Claina? We've got about 5 minutes or so left.
Wow, that went quick. Okay. We'll be absolutely fine for this one.
Okie dokie.
I like to get as many demos in as I can. Okay, so I've got 2 little floral arrangements here. So I want to pop one up the top. So I've made this one a little bit smaller. So I've just got the poinsettia and some of the little berry branches, and I've stuck some gems just on the end. I understand I made these 3 mil.
Okay.
So I like to make sure that they're, you know, that they're all can be embellished.
And that is such a pretty little embellishment, and that's been done using those linked elements that we were looking at earlier on, the blooming anthems, I believe.
Yep, that's the berry branch and the poinsettia. I just want to pop that up there. And then I've got room down here because I put the stopper into place. So I've got room here to embellish that.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if these will fit there.
I suppose the nice thing is, because of the way that they kind of link together, then you can kind of position them to exactly how you want them to be.
If you want to make, you know, a big home decor project like your wreaths, then use them as they are. But if you want, you know, to use them in a smaller spot like this, I'm just gonna chop them down. And the thing is, I'll save the other pieces. I'll use them. None of it goes to waste.
Definitely. And just while Claina's putting those together, can I just briefly mention this? We've seen lots of you taking advantage of these fabulous blooming anthems. I'm not surprised because, of course, you've got your 10% discount. Lots of you taking advantage of that. So we've got a bundle that's been put together where you've got all 3 sets. So you've got your holly, poinsettia and your Christmas rose, as you can see there, with all of the dies relating to that one. You've also got your mistletoe and your amaryllis. So again, we've seen the mistletoe making an appearance on a few occasions during the show today. You've also got your fir bough, your bow, your orange and your berries. And again, these all link together and sit beautifully using those wonderful circles, the nested circles that you've got there as well. Now, they all come together. It was an amazing price, as you can see on your screen. You've got a saving on that one, £17.50. That's in addition to any additional savings that you're getting on the individuals. Means that your first flexi buy is just £33.73. So very quickly, can I show you the way that they come together? Because this is absolutely beautiful. Just one of those fabulous wreaths, using the different elements, as you can see there, the little pine cones, the fabulous florals in there. And then, of course, the reason that you've got those circles in there is so as you can create your base that everything can sit on beautifully there. Really does make sense for them all to come together, and lots of you taking advantage of those. So 454-397 if you are wanting those. An amazing result. You've had some amazing feedback with regards to those linked elements though, Claina. Everybody loves these.
Yeah, they're really easy to work with. And again, you don't use any glue to create that whole wreath.
True,
it's just held together with brads, and then it's put on the base with some glue dots. That's it.
Very effective. Oh, now, have a look at this. That looks amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. So effective. So effective. Now, we've only got a couple of minutes left within the hour, so I don't think we're going to get another demonstration in, but we have got the opportunity to have a look at a few other finished samples. And Claire, again, I mean, the whole design team have done some amazing things with these, haven't they, Claire?
Yeah, my inspiration team are amazing.
Absolutely beautiful, and I love this because you've got obviously your different coloured embellishments. I mean, this is a perfect way for you to use any little odd ones that you've got.
Can you see the
in your
hollies
stash.
actually in the background make like a faux embossed?
Oh yes. Oh, that's clever. So
Great.
die cutting it and actually placing it on top. That's very effective using that. Again, the bauble that you've got, and I just think it's a fabulous one because the actual shape that you've got with this one, you can make a little hole. Now, does it come with the hole in there, or do you actually cut the hole yourself when you're making it into a 3-dimensional bauble?
It comes with a hanger.
Brilliant.
The holes are already there on the outside, so you just add a little bit of thread.
Love it. Absolutely amazing. Lots of depth, as you can see there. And again, taking a couple of those together, you can make the fanciest tags around. I love it. Claina, thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
Now, of course, Claina's back at 8 o'clock with Yanis. He's going to love this idea, love this concept. So if you've got your goodies in your basket, now is the time for you to check your baskets out. Don't forget your double-sided tape. Oh, picking up the acetate at the same time as well. This has been a popular one. How long this is going to last, we really don't know because, of course, when it's gone, it's gone. Now, over 40% of the stock has gone. You've got 25 metres on there. It's 12 centimetres wide and perfect for you to actually put those gems in place without any glue. £17.49, but it comes down because of your Freedom Day discount. So, of course, your one-day special. You need to be getting that in your basket alongside that double-sided adhesive. Put my teeth back in again. Stop sniggering, Molly. So your one-day special, details back on your screen there. Claina, thank you. We're going to see more of you from 8 o'clock. Yeah, check your baskets out. That's all I can say to you.